Hello everyone and welcome to Rajput Jain and Associate. Today in this video we will discuss about the various aspects of one person company. So starting with the meaning of one person company. As the name suggests, one person company is a company which is formed with only one member. So the question arises is that will there be only one director, because the director of a company can be the shareholder of the same company. So the answer for this question is that there can be more than one director in a one person company. So having discussed about the meaning of one person company, we will discuss some of the key differences between sole proprietorship and one person company. In a one person company, the owner and the business are considered as two separate entities, whereas in sole proprietorship, both of them are defined as a single entity. In case of one person company, the owner's liability is limited to his or her investment in the company. However, in case of sole proprietorship, since the owner and the business is a single entity, if business incur losses, the owner will be liable for the same. An OPC is registered as a private limited company and hence taxed under the tax bracket that is applicable to the private companies. Whereas income earned by a sole proprietor shall be treated as a owner's income and hence taxed under individual income tax bracket. In an OPC, a designated nominee is required to be assigned to run the company in the event of the death of the managing member. However, in case of a sole proprietorship, the business ends with the death of the owner. Now, once a person opts for one person company, there are certain benefits which they can reap. The said applicant would not be required to share his or her idea to anyone else. Also, there is independence in the existence and the entity will have limited liability. Also, the one person company will have a separate property which they can hold in its own name. Now next we come on to the process of registration of one person company. So first of all, the applicant is required to obtain a digital signature certificate of the proposed director. Once DSC is received, the applicant shall apply and obtain the DIN number in respect of the directors who are not having the same. After this, a name application has to be filed for the company registration to check the company's name availability. Once the name is approved, the same will be reserved for a certain period of time. Next, for the incorporation purpose, the applicant is required to draft Memorandum of Association and Article of Association of the said OPC. Once all these documents are ready, one can begin with the filing of form through eSpice. After all the documents have been uploaded on the SPICE portal, the applicant is required to submit the same. On successful submission, the website will redirect to the payment gateway and the applicant would be required to make the payment of the requisite fees. After successful payment, the documents will be forwarded to the department and the department will scrutinize the same. Once the scrutiny is completed and the registrar feels that the documents are free from any misstatement, a certificate of incorporation will be issued by the registrar of companies in the name of the said one person company. So now, having discussed about the process of registering one person company, we now come to the checklist for registering an OPC. First of all, a minimum and a maximum of one member is required. Also, a nominee should be appointed before incorporation. The consent of the nominee should be obtained in Form INC3, and also the name of the OPC must be selected as per the provisions of the company's incorporation rules 2014. The proposed directors of the company must be received of a digital signature certificate. Next, we come on to the post-registration compliances of one person company. Firstly, as soon as the company is incorporated, a bank account is required to be opened in the name of the company. After that, the shareholders of the said company needs to deposit the capital in the bank account which has been opened in the name of the one person company. Apart from this, a Form INC 20A which relates to the commencement of business is required to be filed within 180 days from the date of incorporation. Apart from this, an auditor is appointed in the board meeting within 30 days from the incorporation of the business. Then, after the end of the first financial year, the company needs to comply with the income tax return of the company along with GST and TDS filing. After that, the ROC filing of the company is required to be done on the MCA website. So this was all about one person company. If you have any doubt, you can contact our team of experts at Rajput Jain and Associate, or you can also visit our website carajput.com. Thank you.